I'm Atami, and this is my third by Hatsushima, which is by the island, and it was a crazy experience. It was last year, last April, and then my second time was here also by a different hotel, which is a little bit amazing. The workload was good, but from the apartment, from the apartment to the work that I'm going, I have to walk, and Atami is not the. I mean, I'm familiar with the place because I'm living in Japan, and I know Atami is more on the hillside and the mountainside, and there's no bicycle shop here, so it's really hard to have, to walk and to go down hills and up hills and make those things. And it's very impossible to have a car since I live in Tokyo, which is not preferable. Um, it's much more convenient living in Tokyo. And since I'm going all places nationwide doing this certain jobs, from cook, chef, photography, translating menus, front service, whole staff, everything. It's not, it's, there's positive side and there's negative sides of this work. But one thing that I have to make sure is the work hours, which is on the contract. Sometimes the contract will be okay, the contract is legit, but sometimes it's not. And there's uh, a bad communication between my company and the hotel that I'm working right now, which is very glitchy, as I can say. Very glitchy, as I can say. And the third one is a small one since last summer. Last summer was also a small one, but I have a shift. I can I can schedule my next day off, and I can do what I want, and I can familiar with the place. I can do a lot of things. I can do, you know, the things that I want to do. But here on my third job, on the third work that I have, I was surprised. First, the breach of contract that I have. That is the problem that I have. The contract that I signed was by a chef. So when they told me that they need a chef for the hotel, I said, yeah, so why not? So the the only thing that I brought along with me is memos, pencils, pens, because, you know, and because it's new. And they have a uniform, the chef's uniform. The last time I have, if you're following me in my Instagram, you know that could, all cook, all chef has white uniform, and the hotel provides you and everything. But this time, it was 180 degrees. Woof! It was totally, I mean, unbearable for me. I was here last December 6th. When I got here, I said to myself, okay, this is my third time in Atami. My third time. I know the place. I know all the places, all those touristic place, the tourist attractions, everything. I know that. I don't want to go back there. I was there last summer. And then somebody from the hotel that I'm working right now fetched me up by the station. And then when I was in the car, I was a little bit, skeptical about this. I know the places that I know. I know the places that the routes. I remember everything. It's just only months that I was here. And then the first time I saw my last job, I said, "Wait a minute. that was my last job. That was the last hotel that I was. And then they passed by. I said, wait a minute. They go further away. I said, what's happening? And then next, the shrine that I did and I visited, it passes by. And I got curious and getting, this emotion, a question mark already. So when they passed that two places that I know, I was already curious and confused. And then mountains. I can only see mountains. I said, "What? I'm reaching on the mountaintop. What the hell is going on?" Upon reaching the reaching the third working place that I'm working right now, I was totally surprised. They said it was a renewed ryokan, which is a Japanese style, but it's half and half. It's westernized, and it's a typical ryokan. It's a typical Japanese hotel. It's a very small one. Um, and then I waited for hours, hours. Literally, I waited for hours, and they made me sign something that they need, you know, officially Japanese has a manual for this. So I have to, follow those instructions and to read the instructions, sign up my name and everything, whatnot. And I did all of those things. You know what? I waited for 2 hours and I thought I was going to be a chef. That was okay. Not knowing I was going to be by a hotel staff working the whole way, and 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 welcoming guests as my first job. I said, "What?" You never said anything about that. My contract was this. I brought along with me my contract. Good enough. Good enough. I have my contract with me. And every job, every place, everywhere I go, I always bring the contract I signed up. And usually, oops, I know I'm in bed because I'm sick right now. I have a muscle pain, so I didn't go to work. I need to rest for a while. I have a little bump here, and it's getting worse. My shivers is getting extreme, so I need to rest for a while. And I we'll get into that. We'll get into that. This is the contract, and this is the company. They sent me this copy for me to know that I'm going to this hotel, and this is the primary uh, I mean description of the hotel. You know, it's also written here. I was supposed to be a cook, and this is my schedule from December to 2 months. December, January. That's 2 months. That's okay. But when it comes to here and here, the time, it was not okay. Literally, it's not. The time, I can adjust the time. Time is time, and work is work. For me, I can all those stuff. It's it's always okay for me. Next, when I heard that I'm going to work as a hotel staff and welcoming guests, this they said to me if I have a black pants. I said, wait a minute, that's not the one I signed as a contract. They told me, my company told me that I'm going to be a chef. So I left every black slacks in Tokyo. everything. All I brought with me is heat tech, which is black, and some black socks. Good enough, I brought that things. And then the first day, so I don't have any slacks, which is black. I said before I got to this apartment, I said to the person that is going, you know, who's driving me to this place, I said, can I just buy something that I'm going to need for the next 3 to 4 days? So on the first day, the 6th, unexpectedly, I brought two pair of slacks, two 6 pairs of black socks. Literally, I did. And then after that, well, that was okay. And then I brought a lot of things, toilet papers. This is an apartment, and I want somebody's right now sharing with me. So I brought everything with me: shampoo, clothes, soaps, everything. And when I got here, good enough, it was not a mattress, it was a bed. Hallelujah. Because of my knees, I have knees problem. So on the second day, the first, the sixth, the next day, my work was 12 o'clock, afternoon time. If you saw my Instagram, you know what type of uniform that I wore when I'm working afternoon shift. It's red yukata, and then the evening it's brown yukata, and in the morning shift. So I was surprised. I was totally surprised. I never know that I was going to be this way, and I never called my company about this. And since it's holiday season, everything is a rush thing, and I cannot call my company because it's 100 degrees. The contract was 180 degrees, changed, and my company doesn't know anything about the contract. So I waited for my first day off. My first day off, 1 week, from the 7 to 12, 1 week straight, no day off. I bear the pain. And then on the 13th, I remember everything. On the 13th, that's the first day off I have last year. So when I have the first day off last year, I got I I called my company and my agent. I said everything. This is not the contract that I signed. And everything turned 180. What is going on? And they don't know. The hotel never told my company about everything, what position that I have to be, and the position that I was to be. So it's a little bit complicated. On the 14th day, the same thing. I was on the morning shift. By the afternoon shift, I have only 3 times afternoon shift, and then everything is in by the morning shift. It's tough because this is the mountainside, and by the mountainside, it's so damn cold. Yesterday, last night, it was raining snow, and then by 10 minutes, and then it stopped. And when I heard a story that sometimes it snows here in the mountainside, which is hard, very hard. There's a bus, there's a shuttle bus, by work, by here, by my apartment to the working place. It's 30 minutes because it's downhill and uphills. And by morning shift, it's a 7 to 11. So after the morning shift, I cannot go home. So I have to use my own money to get back home, and then to get back there, it's crazy as hell. I'm going to spend a lot of money going back and forth, and it's not reasonable. The first thing that I thought that why I have to why I have to go back and forth, and what is the meaning of working here if I go back home. So I stayed 1 month over there, waiting 6 hours for the next shift, and it's tough. By the food, it's okay. Uh, I don't have any problems with foods. Um, 2 times, afternoon and dinner, they provide you everything. That's okay with me. I don't eat heavy. I eat less. But the problem was the time. The time and the location. When if I want to go shopping, or I have to go to 100 shop downhill, I have to go bus. The bus is just near me. It's by walk, it's 3 minutes. Good enough. I have two bus stations around here, and it's not expensive. That's good. That's very good. And then the holiday season came, New Year came. Now it's 2019. The pain is getting extreme. I have this bump because of what happened. This is what happened. During, sometimes the bus is late, 15 minutes late. It's not on time. The problem was last year, it was 15 minutes late. Oh, Alan, hello. Thank you for joining in. And this is my crazy story. And 15 minutes late, and then one person in the kitchen, and then one person in the hall, and then two guests was there already. We rushed by. So everything is not prepared already. So when I saw everything is not prepared, we have to rush everything because the time because of the time. Yeah, I because this is something important to know, and I want everybody to know what my experience about this. So you have to be careful about the things that you're going to do, and this is not a joke. And it was very busy that day. I slipped by the kitchen, and I bumped my right arm, and now the shiver goes down here, down up here, down here. It shivers a lot. So what I did is I have all the medicines that I have, Loxanine, gel type. uh, yeah, you saw that. Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, the bump is still here, and the pain is getting extreme. Last night I never went to bed because of the pain. I'm bearing the pain. So I decided not to work today because it's only 21 guests, and 8 people in the hotel can manage that. So I decided not to go. They need to rest and think about what's going to happen for the next 3 weeks. So what I did was I called my company about this and told my side that this is not going to get through. So if this is getting to get worse, I have to get back to Tokyo immediately. Yeah, I think Atami and Shizuoka for me, it's not. I have a jinx around here because the first time I was here, it was a shock. I I literally lost my mind about that, and then the second time, human communication was not good, and the third time, the contract was not bad, and then this is it. So I'm telling you my story exactly. It's pure hell. All I can see is ocean. My mind is going crazy about this. So this is my third time. So when I told my company about this and my agent, I will never, ever, and I promise not to go here again for the fourth time. Sorry to say, but I have to do this. And I really to be, I really need to be honest about this. So I need you know to know people that everything in the contract is okay. Everybody in everything in the contract is not exactly what you need to know about this. You have to check everything listed here before you have to sign everything. So I'm telling you that this is not good, and I'm not going back here no more. Nope. I'm not extending. No extensions. I'm going back to Tokyo in 3 weeks' time or earlier. And I have to see my doctor. Now, the problem is my baggage. I have to send it more, you know, clearly enough. Well, that is a problem. But still 3 weeks' time. I have still time. So half of my baggage will be sent home, and and the others will be uh, before I go. And the second thing is I'm going to put it in Google Maps so people will know what kind of hotel and what kind of where is the location is. So you have to understand that Atami is not that. It's a tourist attraction, but you have to be careful of if you're going to work here. You have to think 2 times or 3 times, and that's my point. Exactly. That's my roommate. She just got here last Saturday. So good enough that I brought this here, everything in the contract, and now it's settled, so everything is okay. So right now the company is doing the best that I can, and if my body is not good enough, I'm going back to Tokyo as early as possible. Maybe 25. I'm not going to finish on the 31st. No, I'm not. I'm sorry to say, but I have to go home. I have to see my doctor first. Money cannot buy health, and there's other things that I have to do, and there's a lot of things, and there's a lot of offers of job of mine. And first, I said to my agent, I will never go back here. That's the first. Second, I have to check everything that I have to do. Third, I will not be in this place. No mountains. I'm going to be on the forest side. So, if everybody is going to see this and it's going to be, hearing this, you have to be very careful about this, and just beware of what you're signing and what you're doing. So this is just an awareness for you, just to know that Atami is not just a place for a tourist attraction and hot springs, and you have to find thank you, thank you, virtual hugs for you. So I'm telling you guys, you have to think 2 times or 3 times before you have to sign up. And as I can say, I have to go home quickly, as soon as possible. And my health comes first. Money is money. I I can I can earn it on my second job. I have a job in Tokyo anyway. So guys, have a nice day, and I hope to see you. And thank you. If you have comments, just please leave in the comments, and I will answer it honestly. ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。And I just want to know that my experience here is not that good, and I'm bearing the pain right now. But I'm okay. I'm okay. My roommate is awesome. We have the same shift, and it's okay with me. Just remember that Japan is tough. The workload is tough. You just have to understand that Japanese system is not good. Just remind you, this is an awareness, and you have to know that I cannot do a stream. I have to get out of here fast as I can. Again. So thank you guys, and if you're going to view this on replay, thank you for everything. And if you have comments, leave it here. I will answer it back. So guys, peace out. And from Atami, sending love. Thank you. Arigato. To- Akimashite. Omedetou gozaimasu. Happy New Year. And we, let's make 2019 a blast. Omedetou. Mata. Yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. We'll see you on the next go. We'll see you on the next broadcast. Arigatou gozaimasu. Mata.